My name is Dawn with the Career Confessions. Today we are here with Renee from QCU University. Hi, Renee.
Hi, it's so excited. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being on. Today we were just going to get started with your career path. I see you went to Colorado State University
I did.
for mechanical engineering. What took you into that path?
My head was always in the clouds. I wanted to work for the space program. I did get my degree in mechanical engineering. I went to work for Thiokol Propulsion. They made the solid rocket motors for the space shuttle, old school. So that bird's not flying anymore. But that's what I did. When I worked for Thiokol, I got involved in the facilities group. They were doing the construction for the site that builds the rocket motors. That was my first taste of construction. I moved back to Colorado and started working at Intel. I was doing building semiconductor plants in construction. It just kind of graduated into the construction industry from Intel. Well, the bottom fell out of the semiconductor market there. I had to find a new gig and I was really specialized by then. I was doing federal work, doing semiconductors. So residential construction didn't want me, and a lot of other folks didn't want to look at me because I was so specialized. I was fortunate enough to meet a project manager that was working for the Corps of Engineers on a federal base there in Colorado. She said, "You're not afraid of paperwork and you're not afraid of construction. Come be a QC manager." I said, "I would just love it." I was the sole provider for my first son at the time. I needed work, and I was willing to try and learn anything. It was quite an adjustment, but it was the best decision I ever made. Once I was in construction, I never looked back. I've been in construction now almost 30 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a long time. So you
It
like it?
has been. It's been fun. It's not a straight path, right? I've kind of had that spaghetti path. I've held a lot of hats. I've done superintendent, I've done project management roles. I did own my own general contracting company in Colorado. We were SBA certified as an 8A. I went through the 8A program. After completing the 8A program, I really wanted to stay working with the contractors. That's how the QCU started. Now I do quality control training for contractors, subcontractors, QC managers, so they can build their QC departments.
Now, do you travel with that position or
I used to a lot and I loved it. And I got to put my boots on and do audits and train the guys in the field and the girls. COVID changed so much. It changed our whole world, and it definitely changed budgets, and everything tightened up. It became very apparent that in order to reach the contractors, I really needed a different kind of platform because to pay to ship me everywhere was very costly for them. Now I have online training modules with monthly one-on-ones that I get online and help them with any questions they may have. I still get to touch and feel and work with the crews and work with questions and work one-on-one, but it is now mostly online based.
how do you find companies?
Most of my clients really are the company owners that want to cross train their whole staff, right? They're wanting to give their staff training. I do get QC managers. We've got payment options now, so it's more accessible to QC managers. It's always the hope that the company will reimburse them for this training, and a lot of the companies do. If not, I do get a few QC managers that get into that role, and there's really no real world applicable training. The Corps of Engineers has a 1 day course they can send them through, and it's a 1,000 foot level. It's really high level, and it basically tells them what the Corps is looking for, but it really doesn't tell a QC manager, this is what you need to do in the dirt every day. This is what you do at pre construction or design. This is what you should be doing to get out of the dirt. And it just doesn't roll through the day by day. Most of the QC managers learn from the School of Hard Knocks. And that's obviously how I learned. And it's okay. It's costly. It's costly to the contractor. As a QC manager, you're stressed all the time. You don't want to lose your job. You want to do good, but there's really no good training out there to show you what to do. That's really why the QCU started.
I think it's like it feels good to be able to train people and give them
To
that.
give back, right? Owning your construction owned company is so rewarding, and it gave my family opportunities and my kiddos opportunities that we would have never had. You burn that candle at both ends in the middle. When you're in those trenches, you don't really get to give back very often. There's teaming and there's joint ventures, and you try to help people that are new in the industry when you have time, but your time is just so valuable and not very much of it at this point in my career to get to give back. It's huge. It's huge rewarding for me.
What do you see in the field right now? We notice we're seeing the shortage
Oh
of
yeah.
construction work is, just any skilled trade right now. What I hear from everyone is there's a huge shortage. We're trying to inspire to
Yeah.
understand the trades. There seems to be a lack of, not sure if it's in high school, the newer generation, they're looking
Yeah, I
for
think
something bigger.
paying the price for years and years of people cramming down those kids' throats that college is the only route. That's what they've done for years, and it's definitely showing up. It's actually a lot of fun when we go to career days. My husband and I go together. He went through the sheet metal union, and now he's a quality control manager for a large international company. So it's really fun to talk to the kids and say, you know, I went college route and I got the piece of paper. He went trades route and we ended up at the exact same spot. It's like a light bulb goes off in their heads. They're looking like, what? You can still make six figures in construction and it can really treat you well. I think it's real important. I've got one son right now in college, going the college route. The next one is junior this year in high school, and he's looking at trades. So in our house, obviously, we view those as equal. We're seeing a huge shortage and a lot of the folks are retiring. It's tragic and it's going to be something we suffer with, I think, for a few years here.
I was speaking with one person, they were saying they're working with a lot of older people because there's just no one to do the jobs. They should be retired, but they're coming back in.
And that's hard because construction's hard on your body, right? You can't be in the dirt, pouring the mud, doing what you're doing and keep up with a younger body. It's really hard. And then you've got, from again, the hat of an owner, you've got folks that should have been retired that may have health issues and you worry about them. High heat in the summer. This has been wicked for a lot of us right now. Really cold temperatures affect everybody's body different. It just really becomes a fear and a liability. You worry too. Hopefully we can get that turned around. I know those of us in the industry like you through this podcast, and I know we love to do career days and talk to the young folks. I just hope that we can turn that around so that people really see the need for the trades. It's something to be valued. It's something to be so proud of. It's such a good career path that I'm really hoping we can turn it around.
I hear a lot of, it's more, they feel almost embarrassed that they took that
Yeah.
route, but now they're so proud of their position. That was one thing I've heard so far with talking to people. They're actually proud of your job and you feel that you run the world
Well, for
because
sure. We build the world, right? That's what we do. I had family members, right? When I switched from engineering into construction, they were like, oh, so you're a flag girl on the side of the road now. Oh, what happened? Like you couldn't cut it? You couldn't do engineering and now you're doing this? I had a lot of that even within my family. It's very frustrating that people don't see construction as being more glamorous and more important because it really is. It really is.
you notice that it's more important when you need someone to. I'll notice jobs will start and then they stop and there's no one. I'm assuming it's just shortages. I know that construction companies
Yeah.
are backed up with work.
Materials become a
Mhm.
problem. Now we're battling tariffs and pricing. So it's been a lot of challenges. COVID started a whole hill of challenges. But we're all still out there. They still need us. Job security. Everybody needs something built.
So if someone's looking to get into quality control side of it, what path would they have to take?
Have trained QC managers that have been project managers. I've trained them, field foremen that wanted to jump into QC management. The really nice thing about being a QC manager is it gives you what I call the full circle. You get to be in the dirt with the team. You get to have your boots on, but you're also seen as management. You have a lot of opportunities that way that you may not if you're just in the field. The dollars, right? You have a salary and where some of the folks in the field may not. That's always a positive. Anyone that wants to do QC management can do it. They just have to get trained. You have to be able to read plans and specs. That's number one. If you've been in the field for a while and you're wanting to hop, it's a lot easier. If you haven't been in the field yet and you've taken some construction management courses or some industrial classes in high school, it's still possible. You don't have to have a degree or a piece of paper. You can go and take your ICC, your code council test. There's ways to become a QC manager without the degree. There's a lot of different paths, and I even trained a telemarketer to be a QC manager. No joke. He's still doing quality work today. It's possible. It's a really good career and it's very fulfilling. You still get to see everything from the beginning to the end. If you talk to construction folks, we really like to see our work done. That's big to us. That was my big thing I didn't like with engineering. It's over the wall. You draw it up, you design it up, you throw it over the wall. You may never see it. But construction, we get to see the fruits of our labors and we get to stand back. If you're driving down any street or any town with a construction worker, you're going to hear, I built that. We remodeled that. We did that. That's part of the pride in it. So,
I worked on the inside. When jobs were complete, it was always exciting. I worked for a GC, so we saw from beginning till
right.
end, so
Contractor too. Every trade is proud. The electricians put in some wicked good conduit runs and turns and they're like, check out how clean that is. It doesn't matter what trade it is. I think we all have pride in what we do,
yeah,
or we wouldn't be there.
true. Do you see a shortage in QC
I do.
positions?
It's a real roadblock really right now, and we're trying to make that mental shift. A lot of the subcontractors think, no, only the general contractors need QC managers. That's not true because you get teamed with a general contractor that has a weak QC department or a QC that has never been trained, and they're going to be asking you for things that may not be contractual. That costs a subcontractor a lot of money. The subs need to protect themselves just as much as the general contractors do. That line of defense is your QC manager, whether it's a QC manager where that's their own role, or whether it's a site safety officer who's cross-trained to be a QC, or a project engineer that's cross-trained to be a QC. We say all the time, I don't care what you call them, but every construction company needs it. It not only does it protect the profits in the project, it really helps you with your bottom line. Insurance companies now are really looking for strong QC departments. Bonding agencies are looking when they come to do the audits for a strong QC department. All that will reduce your overhead and make you competitive. Whether you're on a contract that requires that body to be just a QC manager, or you're just a contractor doing commercial or residential, you still need that individual. That's a mindset that we're really shifting. In the federal world, you have to have them. It's a requirement contractually. The federal contractors have been running QC managers for decades, but it's just now becoming more of a norm in our industry. It's people are waking up to, oh, I really do need this position, or I need someone at least trained in this position, tracking all of those things.
So
This is just me changing mindsets everywhere, trying.
when you go to career fairs, what's your goal?
My biggest goal when I go to a career fair, or I talk to, a school aged individual, is just to show them the opportunities, right? I mean, we talk everything. My husband, like I said, will talk sheet metal. He'll talk, commissioning. He went through that route. I'll talk engineering with someone that wants to talk about engineering if they're looking that route into the trades. More than anything, our bottom line and our message is just, it's a really good industry to get into. It will take care of you and your family. It's very rewarding. We just want them to see all the opportunities. We want them to see that there's so many different paths. There's so many different positions, and we need them all. We don't just need the white hats. We need all the trades. So that's our main goal.
You travel for those.
We do. We'll do the school circuit local. We're getting ready to talk to a couple universities close to us here for fall semester. Now they're really starting to even teach quality control at the university level for those that are looking to be construction managers. We're trying to hit them. We will talk with anyone who wants to talk quality control. We get very excited. You really just need to get into the industry and wear a couple hats. Most everybody does. You need to get in there and figure out what your jammy jam is and what you like to do. The camaraderie on the site, every project site you do, you become family. If you're lucky enough to have a good group, and I've been very blessed over the years to have really good groups, you just need to get in there and get started. Keep your mind open to opportunities and keep your mind open to other titles you might not have thought of. Everybody that I hired when I had my own company, they all wanted to be a project manager. That's their title that they wanted. They were all chasing the title. I would laugh and I would say, okay, we'll try you out on a project. I'll let you be a project manager. The running joke was just, you'll come back to quality control, because I ran a QC department where we put QCs on other contractor sites as well. So I would let them, come PM a couple projects for me, and I'll be honest with you, about 70% of them came back and said, no, I really want to go back. I want to QC. The young bucks that get into the industry seem like they really want to chase a title. I guess we all have done that. We all have, and
Yeah.
look at my business card, look at what I am now, but don't get stuck on a title, and don't get stuck in a role when it's your career path. I'm hoping everyone is lucky enough to have a spaghetti career path, because those are the most exciting ones. Don't get pigeonholed and keep your mind open is what I would tell them.
Would you suggest, say, someone either coming out of high school or already out of high school, but they're just kind of lost to just go into construction without clear path of what direction they
That's
wanna go
okay.
in, but just to start.
Start as a laborer. I mean, get in there, get your foot in the door and work with the trades, and you're going to find you may really like the fitters, you may really like the mechanical guys. You may find Sparky is your path and you need to be with the electrical guys. But jump into it. Go be a laborer, push a broom. That's going to get you on site. That's going to get you to see the different roles, and then you can decide, if you want to do an apprenticeship, if you're wanting to jump into a certain trade, if you're looking more, like I said, I had a labor foreman that I trained to be a QC manager, and he had been a labor foreman. He started as a field foreman or a laborer, and then worked up, through the ranks through the years. And then I trained him to be a QC manager because he really wanted to provide more for his family. So just get involved,
Yeah.
get on site, put your boots on. You'll love it.
Your boots and your hard hat and you're good to go.
You're good to go.
You work with union and non-union.
We do. And there's pluses and minuses both ways. What you're looking for and what's going to get you to your goals, just do your homework. They make it really accessible. It's really accessible out there. Forward movement is better than no movement. Just do it. Just
Yeah.
move.
I'm not trying to say one career path is better than the other. I'm just saying as a community, I feel personally, everyone is just so nice and willing to help other people.
They are. I don't think you're going to find a better community.
Create a
Yeah.
community where
It is
everyone
important. Sometimes everybody just needs just one person in their corner. Makes sense. Especially if they're getting heat from their families or from peers and, oh, you're going to do that. What are you doing? Why didn't you go to college? Sometimes they just need someone that has done it, that has been there. Find a mentor, find someone who's succeeded at what you want, someone who has what you want, and find that mentor for you. That sometimes that's all people need.
Do you have anything that you'd like to add?
If you're looking into quality control, check out the QC University. We're at qcuniversity.net, or drop me a line. I know that you're going to put my information. I would love to help anyone that's looking at that kind of career path in the industry. I really appreciate you having me on. I think it's wonderful.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, Don.